Well, happy Friday, everybody. My name is Bob Trezise, and I'm president of the Lansing Economic Area Partnership, LEAP, which works on economic development issues for the greater Lansing area, Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton County of Michigan. And you're listening and watching to another version of our LEAP Weekly, where we talk about economic development news from the week. And it's been a very important week for economic development news. Let's get right to it in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Talent and diversity are huge economic development points these days. Lansing is working in a global environment. We are a global community. We speak 70 languages. We have Fortune 500 companies. We're the pinnacle of GM manufacturing. We're home to the facility for rare isotope beams, a major university, and Michigan State University. We can make and are making a reasonable global argument that we're an international community. And this is so important to recruiting business, maybe more important to recruiting talent for those businesses. So this is a very important study that just came out. The Greater Lansing area, our MSA, was ranked as the #1 area in the United States for diversity and educational attainment. In other words, we lead the nation for quality and the attainment of that quality education degrees across gender and race. So it's not only a very, very important study and designation, #1 in the United States, that we have more diverse people that have more higher education than any other community in the entire country. Huge as far as demonstrating our ability to attract and retain high quality, diverse talent for our corporations. We all should be using this study as you're recruiting folks to your corporations. But it doesn't stop there. Additionally, we are ranked 8th overall in Educated Cities study, which ranks education level based on percentages of our population with various degree levels. So again, a demonstration that we're super smart. Remember, a few years ago, we landed in the top 10 of brainiest cities in America. So these are huge issues for a variety of reasons, and congratulations to all the folks who are working on improving their lives, working on education, developing our talent. It's global talent, and it can rank with anybody in the world. Just a little side note, I read that MSU Federal Credit Union is going to be opening a talent intern center on East Grand River in downtown East Lansing, not unlike the Zone by Jackson National Life. A big part of LEAP's, one of our initiatives is to call downtown East Lansing a talent portal, a talent magnet. And we should be speaking with, and we're going to be, with corporations all around the state. They're not going to move their corporations here, but move a piece of it to downtown East Lansing and build downtown East Lansing around that, a talent portal. Because it's a doorstep, a front step to the 40 to 50,000 talent that is sitting there at Michigan State University. But a company needs to be visible right in their face in providing a step into their company, if you will, through some sort of entry-level type of job, internships, call center, sales office, that type of thing. But this is a very strong strategy that LEAP, in conjunction with the City of East Lansing, is putting together for downtown East Lansing. So thank you to MSU Federal Credit Union. Another great project is Magna. Actually, it's their subsidiary, Norplast, but it's expanding in Delta Township. We want to say congratulations to Ken Fletcher and Ed Reed and the Board of Trustees in Delta Township, as always, for their incredible work with businesses. This is an expansion of an auto supplier that has only been up and running for a year. They were brand new to our region. They built a very large 290,000 square foot, $75 million facility with several hundred jobs. And only a year later, they're adding another 192 jobs, 70,200 square feet being added. And of course, all of this is related to the Camaro being ramped up this fall that has moved from Ontario to our Cadillac plant right outside my window here, and to the we need to continue to watch the new models and discussions that are going to be taking place at the Delta GM plant as well. Congratulations to Neogen, which has purchased British-based Lab M, which sells microbial organisms and diagnostic systems for food, water, industrial, and clinical testing markets in over 70 countries. Another great moment for Neogen, one of our very, very prized high-end, high-technology, biotechnology firms here in the greater Lansing area. I don't know if people caught this, but about a year ago, Cranes magazine listed the top biotechnology businesses in the state per revenue generated, and Neogen was third on that list. Stryker was number 1. Our own Neogen was number 3 in the entire state for revenue generated. Congratulations to Pat Gillespie, once again. He is so innovative and has put up quietly a steel sculpture that is called the Working Man. And it is over on Cedar Street in Shiawassee. It's near Pat's Marketplace and Outfield Project, and soon to come is Lansing Brewing Company. And this is over a 20-foot high steel amazing sculpture representing the history of Lansing and also walking into the future. And it's just an absolutely super sculpture. He's tweeting on his own. I know yesterday he said he felt like Beyonce with so many people were coming by and taking pictures. But I really want to say something to Pat and to the whole development community. This is true placemaking. You know, LEAP, for 4 years now, has paid for and put out 3 major public sculptures in public places in conjunction with our local partners around the region. And Pat, yesterday, was talking to me, said that that was his inspiration for putting the Working Man up. And I hope it inspires other developers too. We got to start thinking in this way. Again, it's the global argument. How do we look sophisticated? How do we look more inviting? How do we look more high-end, if you will? And art is part of that. It's opportunity. It's about creativity. It says something about global opportunities. And Pat, as usual, is on the cutting edge. Thank you, Pat, for your placemaking initiative. I hope everyone saw last Sunday in the Lansing State Journal an amazing Transforming Lansing section that they put out every quarter. It's always a super sweet economic development initiative on the Lansing State Journal's part. But this issue was all about entrepreneurialism. A really terrific piece, and I urge you to take a look at it online or in the hard copy. But once again, we do a lot of projects, but the key is to turn us into an entrepreneurial culture. It's the new Lansing, if you will, and it's really working. We have more incubators than any other region in the state of Michigan. We had our monthly amazing business pitch competition, the Hatching, last night, that is as good as Chicago or Detroit or Boston, right here at Dublin Square in downtown East Lansing, and it's a wonderful event. And finally, I'll wrap it up this way and take maybe a moment of personal privilege. The Michigan Economic Developers Association, which is a very important organization in the state. It's where all of us economic developers and related industry get together and for training and education and advocacy of our profession. It's an absolutely wonderful organization. They had their annual meeting last week up north, and I was privileged to be the chair this year, actually, of the annual meeting, and it was a wonderful event. We talked all about our profession and how do we anticipate future politics, how do we reshape our profession so we can match the future inevitable political trends on both sides of the aisle. It was a very positive discussion. I happen to be given, unbeknownst to me, but given the President's Award from the Michigan Economic Developers Association, and it's a real tribute to our amazing staff here at LEAP and to our investors in LEAP. It shows that LEAP is a major player in leadership in the entire state, and so I was very proud of LEAP, and I was honored to be able to receive that award on behalf of LEAP. And Steve Willoughby here at LEAP is the chair of MEDA's Education Committee, and Carl Dorschmer has done an incredible job this year as being the chair of their advocacy group, writing so many position papers during this very tense statewide time about the future of economic development. So this award, this President's Award, is really says something great about the LEAP staff and our LEAP investors. Thank you to MEDA for that. In addition, our own Sarah Parkinson, our marketing and PR and talent director and placemaking director and everything else, received a wonderful award for municipalities 100,000 people or larger, received the top PR award, Public Relations Award for, in fact, this newsletter is considered very innovative. And Sarah put all this together. She convinced me and us to do it, that this was a new technique. And we have something like 39% of you open this and watch it every single week, which is sort of unheard of in percentage-wise and something like this. But Sarah Parkinson is the best of the best, and I really appreciate Sarah. So congratulations to Sarah as well. Also, I want to say thank you to David Olson, who was our Vice President of Business Attraction. He has unfortunately left and taken a wonderful job as President and CEO of Keller Williams Real Estate, residential real estate here in the area. An amazing job, and David, thank you very much for your service to LEAP. We really appreciate it, and we'll be working on what are the next steps in our business attraction very soon. But we added one more person to our staff, Gabriel Alum. She falls under our City of Lansing contract. The funding comes from the City of Lansing contract for her. She'll be our projects manager across the entire city. Gabriel worked at the Technology Innovation Center, the TIC, over the last year as an intern, recently graduated from Michigan State University, and she's going to bring her super smarts and passion to this job and do great things for the city and for the region. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.